Welcome back to my channel again. I think this is episode 5 of Chasing a Perfect Physique, and we hit a little roadblock. It's not a huge one, it's not like it's gonna affect my progress or something, but I'm gonna be taking a deload week, and I just hate it, bro. Basically, if you're training very intensely, which I am, I'm going to failure, 2 sets to failure, pushing myself to the max, to the limit, and over time, basically, there's a rule that about every 4 to 6 weeks, you're supposed to do a deload week, which means cutting everything in half, cutting your intensity in half. So, half the reps, half the sets. With the weight, you can choose, but I'll probably like be doing less weight. I'll be doing 1 set per exercise, and I will not be going to failure for the whole week, which I hate. Now, the reason why is because after you're training for a very long time intensely, so for about 4 weeks, your CNS, so it's like center nervous system, central nervous system starts to get overloaded, and you start losing your motivation. You always feel like this soreness in your joints, not particularly in your muscles, but just like this deep feeling of soreness, and you feel like the weight is becoming heavier, and that's what I've been feeling. I'm not gonna lie. For the past few days, I haven't been training. I mean, no. Oh, I trained on Sunday, and today is Tuesday. Okay, so I trained on Sunday. So today's the second day of me resting, but I'm going to be working out, and I'm just it's not like my muscles are sore, but it's like this deep feeling inside of my body, and I really know this feeling because about 4 months ago, when I was training 6 times per week, 2 sets to failure, and about 9 exercises per workout. I don't even want to like talk about my whole history of working out in this video. I made so many mistakes, but I learned a lot. Um, Kind of building out my own philosophy of training, like taking principles from there. And I remember the weight was feeling so heavy. Every single workout, I was going out with zero motivation, zero intensity. I was going to failure, but after you've been training for like 8 weeks with so much volume, so much frequency, and so much intensity, you just cannot keep up the intensity. Your motivation drops. You stop gaining muscle. It was bad. It was bad. Not. It was bad like fitness wise. My physique was just stagnant, no muscle growth, always sore, and I just know that feeling. And today I was like, should I work out or not? Because I told myself that I'm gonna be taking a rest day today. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm at this point in my fitness journey that for me it takes more discipline to take a rest day than it is than it takes for me to go to the gym. I just don't want to be taking rest days, but I need to be taking rest days because you know I think the best way to train is the way that you love to train. Now, the way that I love to train is the least amount of exercises with the least amount of sets and with the most amount of intensity. And I like the simplest Bro, my cat is annoying. Kind of lost my train of thought. My personal preference, I like the most simplest exercises. I don't know, some people like all this science-based, do this 32-degree angle with your arm placed on your knee, with the elbow behind your neck. All this stuff, I don't enjoy. I like simple stuff. Barbell curls, bench press, incline bench press, pull-ups, barbell rows. I like to do the simplest stuff with the most intensity, and that is the way that I love to train. But this week is gonna be low intensity, which I'm very sad about. But it's gonna be way better because I know after this week, I know the first training session is gonna be so damn good. I mean, the session that I'm gonna come back to my normal intensity. But yeah, for this week, I'm cutting everything in half. It's going to be better for my body, for my CNS system. If you are also new to the gym and you don't know about the CNS system, the central nervous system, learn a bit about it because you're gonna realize why you need to take deload weeks. The weeks to where you train less, or sometimes you don't even train at all for a whole week. These things are very important for you to keep on progressing. Yeah, your brain just gets overloaded. If you are, especially if you are training intensely. if you're doing hard leg sessions, hard upper body sessions, your your nervous system will get tired and you will need a deload week or a week off. So let's do a very quick overview of today's workout, okay? Again, I don't have a barbell. Now, in my previous video on the leg day, I was using a barbell for my squats, but it's because I was able to kind of like, basically my stand can compress a little bit, but then I cannot fit a bench into it. So I can do squats with my current barbell in my stand, but I cannot do bench presses. So again, dumbbell only chest, shoulders, and biceps workout. So I'm gonna be doing incline bench press with my dumbbells for 1 set. It's not gonna be to failure. Then I'm gonna be doing a flat bench with my dumbbells, 1 set, not to failure. Then I'm gonna be doing seated lateral raises, 2 sets, maybe 1 set. I don't know. We're gonna see. Then I'm gonna be doing incline hammer curls, also 1 set. Seated incline dumbbell curls, 1 set. Quick workout, guessing about probably like 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, lately I've been using my free time in my work to really learn about things. So the first week in my job, I was very bored. I'm like, I have a lot of free time. I don't know what to do. So I was doing whatever, watching YouTube, Instagram, and I have time limits on these apps. So when they used to end, I'm like, what am I supposed to do now, bro? I either do 2 things in my free time. First of all, read Steve Jobs' biography. Right now, I'm in like page 220. It's very interesting, and I already have so many biographies lined up. I'm like, it's just interesting. I want to get into history. I want to learn. I never really liked physics, but I want to learn about physics. I'm not going to lie. I just want to learn how the world actually works. So I'm going to read Einstein, whatever his name is. Albert Einstein. This genius. I'm going to read his biography. The biography that I want to read the most right now is The Titan, the biography of John D. Rockefeller. Basically, he was the first billionaire in the history, I think. Like officially, when the money was already in the system. And as far as I know, he created this whole school system and he created this whole 9 to 5 system. So before him, I think I mean, there were always schools in this world, but he really made schools and universities important, and he really designed this whole system of you go to school, then you go get a diploma, then you go to work, you work from this hour to this hour. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 80% sure that he was the person to make this whole system, which I don't want to read about particularly him making the system, but he was just a crazy businessman. There's like YouTube videos of like animations of people who go from zero to hero. So there's a lot of stories of billionaires. They were growing up in the poverty and they created this some crazy thing like Henry Ford, Carnegie. Is it Carnegie? Yeah, I don't know all the names, but one of the favorite guys always was John D. Rockefeller to me because he was vicious, bro. At one point, he owned up to 90% of the oil in this world. 90%. He was crazy rich. He was a genius business wise. And yeah, I just want to read his biography. I think it's going to be very interesting. And yeah, I will finish drinking my coffee and we're gonna go smash a workout. I mean, not smash. I cannot say smash a workout when I'm gonna be doing deload week. We're gonna go not even hit a workout. Uh, we're just going to work out. That's what I can say. We're going to work out. We're not gonna smash or hit a workout. that was the very short and simple workout. Again, a deload week. Don't want to overload myself too much. And even though I was using very small weights, um, they kind of still felt a little bit heavy, you know. And I don't know, maybe today's just that kind of day. I had poor sleep. I went for a run in the morning, which also took some energy out. Mm. And yeah, I was just sleepy the whole day. I'm not gonna lie. Even I drank some coffee like an hour ago. It didn't help. But right now we got creatine. I just ate a cheese stick, and I'll definitely go to sleep on my schedule. You know, to get my full 8 hours. What else? I will read more of the biography, then I will read my other book. Yeah, just have a chill time. You feel me? Right now it's like 5 p.m. So I can just have a chill time. That's what I've been missing most of the days. I'm not gonna lie. My days are very full. Oh, I'm gonna edit this video, so it's not gonna be like fully full time, but I kind of have fun editing the video, so it's not gonna be like a job. You know, I'm gonna have fun doing that. This is the episode 5. I'm telling y'all, boys, after this week, we're gonna come back stronger. I'm telling you, you're gonna. Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let you see yourself. Stay on the journey. If this is your first time watching this video, I mean, watching this journey, watching this channel, go watch the previous videos. I think they're a little bit better. You know, high intensity, better energy, stuff like this. So come along. That's all I can say. You know, let's go on this together. And yeah, I want to say one more thing before I end the video. The way that I like to train is to focus on becoming as strong as possible on my compound movements. Okay, so in every single training session, I have some kind of compound movement. So, example, in my day one, the bench press. My goal will be to get as strong as possible on this. Then on my back, there are barbell rows and pull-ups. My goal is to become as strong as possible on these two. On leg day, squats and RDLs in a way. Us as naturals, right? Natural people don't really have, or I mean, they're natural people who don't really have strong lifts, don't really have good physiques. Because what we can see in common is that people with very good bench presses have good chest and good triceps. People with also overhead press, you know. People with good pull-ups and barbell rolls have strong backs. You know, it's like if you want to become strong, shredded, and jacked, which is probably like the same word as a natural, you gotta add in compound movements into your days. And your goal should be to get as strong as possible on them. So every single session at 1 rep or after you exceeded your rep range, just add some weight, you know, because I mean, that's just how it goes, you know. We as naturals, and not just naturals, but overall, we just gotta focus on becoming as strong as possible on these lifts. It's almost impossible to have a very good bench press and have a small chest. It just doesn't work like that, you know. So, if you being like, you know, not having a lot of progress in your gym, if you only use machines, you know, isolation movements, no compound movements, and you are natural, start adding in compound movements. Okay. So again, squats, bench press, pull-ups, barbell rows, overhead presses, squats, deadlifts. I don't do deadlifts, but it's a very good movement. I don't know. I might do them, but you need a lot of weight and yeah, I don't know. But I'll see you in the episode 6, my boy.